Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again. And today I am bringing you my predictions for this year's Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill, which goes down tonight. So we got a overstuffed Friday night of pro wrestling, and I am ready for it. Before I get into that, I would like to apologize to anyone waiting for my Wrestle Kingdom review. Turns out I had a hard time getting Wrestle Kingdom on New Japan World. I don't know if it was my card or my machine. So I ended up missing it. Although I did see Osprey Omega on Fight Network yesterday. That was absolutely fantastic. So if you watched that show, let me know what you thought about it. What you thought of Mercedes Moné's debut, or this whole thing with Jay White, etc., etc. Let me know, because I really want to know. All right, so let's get into some juicy predictions. So grab yourself a snack, maybe something to drink, and let's do this. So, first match on the pre-show, we got a 6-person tag team match. It's the Knockouts. 6-man tag team, 6-woman tag team action. As we have the full team of the Death Dolls. That's Jessica, Rosemary, and Taya Valkyrie. They've been freebirding the Knockouts tag team titles, so that's pretty cool. As they take on the team of Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Tasha Steele. Evans and Steele have been pretty much outnumbered by the Death Dolls ever since this feud started. Giselle offered them her services, and, they've been teaming for a little, maybe a week. So, I know Evans this past yesterday got a win over Rosemary, so I think, well, this is a non-title match, so I do believe Shaw, Evans, and Steele are going to get the win here, and maybe in the future we'll see Steele and maybe Shaw challenge for the tag straps. Who knows? Shaw's been also on a bit of a big losing streak, especially with the teams she's offered her services to, including VSK, Chelsea Green, and Perazzo. I think she offered her services to Madison Rayne, and who else was in that team? I forget who else was in that team, but every team she's kind of offered her services to have lost the big ones. So, yeah, there's that. I think I'm going to go with this win here, and then they eventually lose the championship challenge. Next up, it's 6-man X Division action. Non-title, as this is still the pre-show. We have Angels, former Allen Angels of the Dark Order, now of the Design, which is very interesting to see. But Peter Gujar, who is upcoming Indian talent, who is surprisingly very good. Kushida making his Impact return, as he has been involved in the Best of the Super Juniors, and I believe the Junior J Cup in New Japan. So he's making his comeback. Speedball Mike Bailey, former X Division champion, and he had a hell of a bout against Josh Alexander for the world title a couple weeks ago on Impact, which was, if you haven't seen that match, go give it a watch. It's art. That's what it was. We also have the Impact return of Mike Jackson, who, I forget who he challenged. I think he challenged Moose when he was TNA champion, when Tessa Blanchard held the world title hostage. And Moose kind of brought up, the Young Bucks, etc., etc. And I think he's like an older gentleman, but he can still go pretty good. So, that's funny. And also on loan from New Japan, Yuya Uemura, who has been quietly killing it over in Impact. Considering this is Kushida's return match, I think he gets the big win here. And maybe set something up with the X Division champion a little later on. Speaking of title matches, oh boy, big one to open the show, as it's for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. Not in a regular match, in full metal mayhem, aka it's a TLC match. As Josh Alexander, the new longest reigning Impact World Champion of all time, beating the records of AJ Styles and now Bobby Roode, as he takes on Bully Ray, who is shooting for his third Impact World title run. This is right in Bully Ray's wheelhouse, as he has been pretty much the master of tables, including with his brother, Devon. Get the tables! So, and he has pretty much killed it in every TLC match he's ever been in. Like, go watch the matches with Team 3D, the Hardys, and the Edge and Christian. Those are mind-meltingly good matches. I'm a little on the fence on this, because as this opens the show, we might start with, shocking title change. But I think Impact has put in more goodwill with Josh Alexander that I think he retains here. And hopefully, somewhere down the line, we're going to get Josh Alexander versus Steve Maclin. Like, I think that has to happen soon. Alright, next up, a match I'm very, very interested in seeing. You have Eddie Edwards taking on the returning Jonathan Gresham. Now, Gresham was signed to AEW / Ring of Honor, but then he had trouble at, I want to say it was Death Before Dishonor. I think that was the first Tony Khan-led ROH show, in which he lost in like seconds to Claudio. And so he's kind of back here, which I'm definitely excited for. I love Jonathan Gresham. He's a hell of a talent. And honestly, so is Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards is such an underrated talent. Two former ROH World Champions colliding. And like I said with Kushida, this is Jonathan Gresham's big return match. I think Gresham wins here, but I think under suspicious circumstances, as Edwards has kind of been starting a feud with PCO, who he buried in the Nevada desert not too long ago. I think that was like a month ago. But last night there was a tease of PCO at the end of Impact last night, so maybe he gets involved tonight. We'll see. Next title match, we have a Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag Team match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. As we have the champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, taking on former champions Heath and Rhino. Should be an interesting one. The major players, Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. That's Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, if you're a WWE historian. And making their long-awaited Impact return after absolutely killing it in the Super Junior Tag League, Bullet Club members Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Oh, this match is going to be nuts. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as much as I would like to see the Guns retain here, I think Bullet Club gets it done tonight. Like, Bay and Austin are definitely the future of pro wrestling, of Impact Wrestling at least. And I believe they're going to get the win here. They're going to get that big win that steps them up into another echelon. Next title match we have is for the X Division Championship, as Trey Miguel, who has newly turned heel, takes on a bit of a big challenge in Black Taurus. I think Trey Miguel gets away with something here. Maybe he sprays that spray paint in Black Taurus's eyes, gets a roll-up win. Yeah, I don't see Trey Miguel losing here. Next up, we got a 4-way number 1 contenders match to determine the next challenger for the Knockouts title. We have Deonna Purrazzo, Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich, and Taylor Wilde, who is now a witch, which is interesting. Like, it's an interesting gimmick change. I don't hate it, but yeah, it's fine. I think it's time to push Killer Kelly. Like, she has been kind of on and off with Impact a little bit. It's good to see her back. I think she needs to be number 1 contender. And don't worry, we'll get to that Knockouts title in a little bit. Next up, we have the Digital Media title on the line as Joe Hendry defends against Moose. Moose, not a he's held gold in his time. The Impact World title, the Grand Championship, if you remember that. But Joe Hendry literally just got to Impact. He literally just won this title. I don't see him losing it anytime soon. Next up, we have a Falls Count Anywhere contest as Rich Swann takes on Steve Maclin. Maclin has been on a tear as of late, although I would have thought he would have won the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. But I think this is the easiest call here. Steve Maclin with a win. Although I do feel bad for Rich Swann. He is a former world champion. And maybe we'll see that see him get a title match somewhere down the line. And finally, our main event of the evening. And it does not get bigger than this. It's title versus career. That's right. One way or another, the last rodeo comes to an end as Jordynne Grace defends her Knockouts title against Mickie James. Mickie James has been pretty much doing this whole if I lose, I retire storyline, much like Ric Flair did in, I want to say that was 2009, where he lost to Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. The I'm Sorry, I Love You, which that still sticks with me. Even though Ric Flair did wrestle a couple more times for TNA after that, which kind of ironic. There has been a lot of option that I've been seeing with this match that, Nick Aldis is going to come out, cost Jordynne Grace, help his real-life significant other, because he's a free agent now. He's not with the NWA anymore. That's an option. I don't really see that happening. So I'm going to say winner, still champion, still very underrated champion too. Jordynne Grace, which does mean Mickie James ends her Impact in-ring career. I have heard that World of Sport, which is a UK-based promotion, have been in talks with Mickie James and Nick Aldis to spearhead the new World of Sport. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, those are my predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Let me know your predictions for tonight's show. And let me know what show you're looking most forward to tonight. Because we got SmackDown, we got Rampage, and we got Hard to Kill. A heck of a trifecta. Next week, I will try to get this up at least on Monday during the day. And then maybe I'll do another video next week, depending on the time. Because we got the Great Muda show coming up for Noah, a promotion I don't normally cover, but I've been getting into, and it's been a lot of fun. And then we got the big one, the Granddaddy, the Royal Rumble. And I got some plans. I'm going to reach out to some people and see if I can't get something done. Hope to see you then. And, yeah, like I said, leave some comments. Let me know your predictions. Let me know what show you're really interested in this week, because we got some good wrestling coming up, and I can't wait. Until next time, peace.